competing musically and winning awards for many years, no surprise there. And last spring, she won third place in the national round of the prestigious MTNA competition in Denver. She lives here in Missoula with her amazing parents and her 4 siblings. Let's hear it again for Emily. Thank you so much. And now it is my pleasure to welcome my co-host, Greg Johnson, the Artistic Director of the Montana Repertory Theater.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming. So this is so much fun. This is such a delight to see everybody. And I would like to return the favor and introduce to you a colleague of mine. She works in our office. She handles all the educational outreach. She does publicity. She does development. She makes me laugh every day. The wonderful, the beautiful Teresa Waldorf.
Thank you.
The Montana Repertory Theater is delighted to be partnered with the Missoula Sunrise Rotary for the first ever Who's Who Review Missoula. We hope this fun-filled evening is an annual event to highlight the very best of Missoula's undiscovered talent, which you'll see tonight. This event is not only an opportunity for us to experience the multi-talents of our neighbors, it is created to support an important cause, the education and edification of Missoula and Montana youth. Since its inception, Missoula Sunrise Rotary has been reaching out with support to the Missoula youth community whenever possible. And the Montana Rep has a long tradition of bringing literature-based theater to youth communities all over the state. So it is with a great deal of joy we bring this program to you tonight. As we enjoy and celebrate the talent in our town, let's remember that we are here for the kids. I want to take this opportunity to let you know that the money that we've raised for this goes to scholarships for the drama dance program at the University of Montana, the educational outreach of the Montana Rep, which goes to 50 communities all over the state, bringing literature. This year we're bringing a Mark Twain piece, The Diaries of Adam and Eve, all over the state, and for the multifaceted youth programs of Sunrise Rotary that Chris Warden's going to tell you about a little in the second act. Also, there's some people to thank from the Drama Dance Department who really are our hosts in this wonderful building. The chair, Mark Dean, the Steve Wing, my assistant, and he's actually the program coordinator. Sal, Nicole, Dan, Russell, Brian, and Pete, Jessica, Nate, and Angelina up there doing the follow spots. Let's have a hand for all the people working backstage.
Did you want me to tell them just a little bit more about the Ed Outreach program? Well, as Greg mentioned, it's this fabulous program where we take a van with 3 actors and 1 stage manager in it, and we travel all over the state of Montana, and we bring a 50-minute play to high schools and community colleges and libraries. And right now, they're up on the High Line. They just performed in like Wolf Point and Glasgow, and it honestly may have been the very first play that some of those young children saw. So we're really proud to be doing that for Montana, and thank you again for your support. Take it away, Greg.
All right, the hijinks are about to begin. I think the first number is from Chicago, and everybody in the company in the first number is a Sunrise Rotarian, so that's pretty exciting. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you the old Razzle Dazzle.
Give them the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle-lum. Give them an act with lots of flash in it, and the reaction will be passionate. Give them the old hocus-pocus, feed and feather 'em. How can they see with sequins in their eyes? What if your hinges all are rusting? What if, in fact, you're just disgusting? Razzle-dazzle 'em, and they'll never catch flies. Give 'em the old razzle-dazzle, razzle-dazzle 'em. Give 'em razzle-dazzle-um. Show 'em the first grade sorcerer you are. As long as you keep 'em way off balance, how can they spot you've got no talent? Razzle-dazzle-um, 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 and they'll make you a star.
I believe that was dazzling, as they would say. That was Bob Brown, the star that came in at the last moment there, former Secretary of State, Congressman, and Montana State Senator. Julie McFarland, the 2007 Downtowner of the Year and frequent performer for MCT, and Twinkle Toes guest, the director of the Missoula Parking Commission, Greg Johnson, artistic director for MRT, and former child star. And a special thank you to Adrian Dussault on piano.
Yes. And a special shout out to Lindy Kuhn, who put that lovely dance together for us. Thank you, Lindy. As a Rotarian and fellow Rotarian with Bob Brown, I'd like to say one quick thing about Bob. In these days of polarization and attack ads and things like that, it is so refreshing in this world to have a politician or a statesman who has the class and the dignity and the balance and the honesty of Bob Brown. So let's hear it for Bob. Our next act is pretty darn exciting, if you ask me. This is Jeff Badenoch performing a dramatic reading of the Robert Burns poem, Ode to Haggis.
Thank you to Chuck Miller and John Minish. In Scotland, one man is given preeminence in the field of poetry, and that man is Robert Burns. He is proudly and fondly known as the immortal memory. Burns' popularity among the Scottish people is not so much for his lofty themes, but because he focused on common things. A mouse, a farmer, a love like a red, red rose, and a haggis, the subject of my selection this evening. Characteristic of the legendary Scots thrift, a haggis is a traditional dish that's made of the organ meats of a cow, finely chopped and mixed with oats and onions and spices and stuffed into the stomach of a sheep and boiled for several hours and served piping hot. Burns' poem, An Address to a Haggis, ennobles this humble and hearty dish and the unabashed love the Scottish people have for it, or had for it during Burns' time. The poem uses a great many Scots words as Burns first describes the dish and serving it and eating it, and then he compares it favorably to French cuisine. You may not know the words, but I believe their meaning will be apparent. To a haggis. Fair fa your honest, sonsy face, great chieftain of the Pun race. Aboon them all, ye tak your place, panch, tripe, or therm. Well are ye worthy of a grace, as long's my arm. The groaning trenchers there you fill, your hurdy's like a distant hill. Your pin would help to mend a mill in time of need, while through your pores the dews distill like amber bead. The groaning trenchers there you fill. Oh, I did that one. Pardon me. His knife see rustic labor dicht and cut you up with ready slicht, trenching your gushing entrails bricht like on a ditch. And there, what a glorious sicht, warm, reeking, rich. Then horn for horn, they stretch and strive, deal take the hindmost on they drive, till all their well-swelled kites belive are bent like drums. And then old Gudeman mayst like to rive, but thunk it, hums. Is there that o'er his French ragout or olio would stow a sou, or fricassee would macker spew with perfect scunner, look down with sneer and scornful view on sic a dinner? Poor devil, see him o'er his trash, as feckless as a withered rash, his spindle shank a good whiplash, his neve a knit, through bloody flood or field to dash, oh, how unfit. But mark the rustic, haggis fed, the trembling earth resounds his tread, clap in his wally neva blad, he'll mock it whistle, and legs and arms and heads will sned like tops of thistle. You powers what mock mankind your care, and dish them out their bill of fare. Old Scotland wants no skinking ware that jopes in luggies. But gang you wish her grateful prayer, you're a haggis.
Thank you so much. I think I'll just wait.
Yeah!
Jeff Badenoch, if you don't know, is the guy to thank in part for Missoula being the beautiful place that it is. He held the position of Executive Director of the Missoula Development Agency for almost 20 years and still gives back to Missoula in so many ways, just one of which is as a writing coach at Hellgate High. That was the Celtic Dragon Pipe Band. Look for them next Saturday at the Homecoming Parade.
All right. Our next act is Adrienne Dussault, who's got a sort of a comic ditty for us this evening. Adrienne has sung professionally for many years, from New York to Seattle, traveled the country with her one-woman cabaret show. But she says her most rewarding role has been that of a volunteer for Make-A-Wish Foundation for the past 12 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Adrienne Dussault in The 12 Days of Christmas.
Okay, this is where you come in. With the help of our talented and lovely cast, this is my version of the 12 Days of Christmas. I like to write parodies for birthdays, anniversaries, parties of any kind, and I always write every year a 12 Days of Christmas. So, and it can be a little irreverent, and I need your help to sing along. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my version of the 2008 version of the 12 Days of Christmas, because you know it's almost October and it's not too soon to start shopping for your loved one for Christmas. Here are some thoughts. Now sing real loud, because I get lost in this very easily. Oops, glasses. Got it? Ready? Okie dokie. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a date for a colonoscopy. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 knee replacements and a date for a colonoscopy. You're supposed to be singing along. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. 6. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 Rove indictments, 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 infill houses, 7 Rove indictments, 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 pounds of haggis, 8 infill houses, 7 Rove indictments, 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. Oh my God, what number are we on? Only 10? Oh crap, okay. I'm ready. Okay. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 Bob Bar posters, 9 pounds of haggis, 8 infill houses, 7 Rove indictments, 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 scripts for Pascal, 10 Bob Bar posters, 9 pounds of haggis, 8 infill houses, 7 Rove indictments, 7 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad time guns, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. Oh, thank God. Is this 12? Okay. Are you ready? On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 shares of Plum Creek, 11 scripts for Pencil, 10 Bob Bar posters, 9 pounds of haggis, 8 infill houses, 7 Rove indictments, 6 wool throw rugs, 5 silky thongs, 4 FEMA trailers, 3 Baghdad timeshares, 2 knee replacements, and a date for a colonoscopy. Merry Christmas!
Thank you, Adrian. That was so much fun. Everyone loves to sing along. Our next act is a real treat. It's Mike Delaney. Mike Delaney is the former Village Mark Twain in Hannibal, Missouri. He's back to his hometown of Missoula. He's a carpenter by trade and a member of the Speakers Bureau for the Humanities Montana. And here he is to do Mark Twain.
It has been determined that 3/4 of all charitable contributions are conscience money. I know my conscience has always been more trouble to me than anything else that I came with. But I have found that any reasonably good effort to benefit the education of our youth can buy me deep and peaceful sleep for almost a week. You see, my formal education did not last long, and it did not amount to much. It only revealed that my principal aptitude was for truancy. And I was quite successful at it, very rarely getting caught. Oh, from time to time, I would get ratted out by a teacher or a neighbor or my brother Henry. And then it was my custom to spend the night in my father's office to avoid the trouble waiting for me at home. On one such occasion, I was just getting comfortable on the long leather couch when the illumination from the rising moon revealed an object on the floor that was not customarily there. Upon closer inspection, I discovered that it was the gentleman who, earlier in the day, had been awarded second prize in a gunfight. Now, I was not scared, mind you, but I was convinced that the poor soul should be allowed to rest in peace as quickly as possible. So I took my leave of him through the front window, taking the sash with me. I did not need the sash. It was just easier to take it along than to leave it behind. Well, my classroom attendance improved significantly after that, but to no avail. See, I was taken out of school at the age of 12 and had to pursue any further learning on my own. Well, many years later, I am gratified to say that after a lengthy conversation with a young Rudyard Kipling, I found that between us, we covered all knowledge. He knew everything that could be known, and I knew the rest. So I speak with some currency when I suggest that to educate oneself is noble. To educate others is nobler still and less trouble. I hope you enjoy your evening as much as I have enjoyed your company. Good night.
That was lovely. I know, I'm sure you'll feel the same way. Emily Peregine's voice just knocks me out. I can't get enough of it. So she's rejoining us with Mozart's Alleluia. Emily Perigine. Wow.
Simply amazing. Greg, did I tell you that I actually met Emily 7 years ago? She was the littlest orphan in Annie over at MCT,
Wow.
and she stole the show then, too. She was just amazing. Our next act is Michael Moore. Michael Moore will be singing his own original composition. He's a rock climber dad, an outdoor enthusiast, and a Missoulian reporter. And here he is on guitar. And while he's getting set up, Greg, would you like to, should we tell him a little bit about the season?
The season, let's just
All right. If you haven't already gotten your season ticket for the Drama Dance Department's big season, I'm going to tell you the titles, and you can find brochures in the lobby at intermission. Our first show will be The Foreigner by Larry Shue, hilarious comedy. That opens on September 30th. We have Coyote on a Fence by Bruce Graham in October, near the end of October, and that'll be in the Masker Theater. The Merry Wives of Windsor will be the winter show by William Shakespeare. That's the first week in December here in the Big Montana Theater. Greg's Montana Repertory Theater will be reprising To Kill a Mockingbird in the end of January here in the, kicking off their national tour here in the Montana Theater as well. Then Buried Child by Sam Shepard, February 24th. That opens in the Masker, followed by Guys and Dolls, everyone's favorite musical, the middle of March. Medea by Euripides, the end of April, and the Big Spring Dance Concert, May 6th in the Montana Theater. If you're interested in season tickets, we'd be happy to help you at intermission.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Moore.
Okay, so I've been writing for the newspaper for 23 years, and nobody could tell I had a Southern accent. But you write one song about your home place, and everybody knows. So this is a little song from the South. I used to play guitar outside a place called the George Street Grocery, which had previously actually been a grocery, but when I was there, it was a fern bar. But the people who used to hang out at the grocery, the old men, they stayed there, even though it was a fern bar, and they were fairly dismissive of us wine-quaffing fern bar type people, but nonetheless, they stayed the course, and like a lot of old people in the South who sit around for a long time, they tell stories, and the next guy's story has got to top the first guy's story, and then the third guy's story's got to top all of them. Well, the man who topped all the stories was named Barney, and so if, let's say, you caught a 60-pound catfish and you roasted it on a coat hanger, well, Barney would have caught a 400-pound alligator snapping turtle and roasted it on a truck axle. So anyway, this song is about Barney when he was, I wrote it while he was still alive, although he dies in the song. And he took exception to that particular aspect of the song, and he said, "Boy, keep your day job." So anyway, this is Barney. He is dead now, I think. Barney came to the gossip bench and said he barbecued a dog on a tractor axle yesterday down at the dump yard. And nobody looked surprised if they was listening at all. 'Cause when you're old to look surprised, you gotta try real hard. They don't any way they won't, because they tried before. They were just ignored by everything and everyone. They tried. Barney told some jokes and he kept them grinning for a while, especially all the ones they'd heard before. But when he left, they all said that good old Barney sure can raise a smile. Then they wondered to themselves, what am I smiling for? And then they don't any way they won't, because they smiled before, and now there's nothing much of anything to laugh about. Without a smile. Barney gets around to be as old as all the rest. He's the only one who seems to keep on trying. He still drinks and he tells tall tales and he hunts and fishes with the best, while the others sit around and say it's time to die. But they don't any way they won't. I guess they live so long that they just go on, 'cause they was raised that way. What a price to pay. Said, now we missed your family in church today. 40 years ago I looked a lot like you. The lights on at the funeral home, who passed away? The good Lord knows there ain't nothing left to do. The good
good Lord knows there ain't nothing left to do. Barney died last week, they said he drunk himself to death. The church ladies said we're better off without him. They said he finished his last, his biggest yarn when he drew in his last breath. And Mama told me if I start feeling bad about him, she said don't, your granddaddy won't. No, he thought before. He said thinking ain't nothing more than killing time. Time don't matter anymore. Said now we missed your family in church today. Have you heard who's running around with you know? Lights on at the funeral home, who passed away. The good Lord knows there ain't nothing left to do. The good Lord knows there ain't nothing left to do. Thank you.
That was lovely. What talent. In my formative years, I used to sit around campfires on the south shore of Boston in Cohasset, Massachusetts, listening and playing the tunes of James and Livingston Taylor. It brought me right back. So that's beautiful. I want to make one correction. I had a brain burp earlier about Steve Wing. He's not my assistant. He's my partner. He's been my partner, the Montana rep, for the past 19 years. So let's have a big hand for Steve Wing. Our next guests are Jim and Jean Clark. Jim is the retired superintendent of the Missoula County Public Schools, just recently, a position he held very successfully for 6 years. But he's been making music with his lovely wife, Jean, a retired school teacher and professional musician for 46 years. Jim is also a proud member of the Missoula Sunrise Rotary. So here they are, a lovely couple singing a wonderful song from the Fantastics, Try to Remember.
Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember what kind of September when I was a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, without a hurt, the heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and
Married 46 years and still bringing her flowers. What a gentleman. I hope you all have that type of September. Our next act is just simply delightful. Ray and Susie Risho are here, and they were recently honored with the Missoula Cultural Council's Cultural Achievement Award 2008 for their continued support of the arts and their enhancement of the quality of life here in Missoula. Susie's a well-known professional artist, and Ray is an independent scholar and chef. And here they are to enhance the quality of life on our stage, Ray and Susie Risho singing the Zen Gospel.
This is a song about cultural collisions. It's about how the life decisions we make affect more than just ourselves. And as a result of these actions, we often end up in the cultural margins of society. I met a young man in Canada who had described his conversion to Christianity from his family's religion, Islam. When I inquired about their reaction to his decision, he said, "They disowned me." I know a Jewish woman, a college professor, who married a Muslim man and converted to Islam. She said, my mom still talks to me, but to my dad, I no longer live." This song is about such a person who, because of their actions, has decidedly chosen to live in those margins. I once was a Baptist, and on each Sunday morn I'd be in church praying as sure as you're born. We'd sing there like angels in that good harmony, but sin and damnation are no longer for me. And now I'm a Buddhist, I chant my mantra each day, but I miss that hymn singing in a good gospel way, good gospel way. So sing to, oh Buddha, Buddha, and the wonders of Zen. We'll meet in Nirvana, yes, we'll be there then. My My old friends don't like me since I shaved my head. And they all talk about me as if I were dead. My good olds and buddies, they think I'm okay, but I can't get them singing more than one note a day. And as we sit there cross-legged, eating brown rice and tea, we chant out our mantras in four-square harmony. We don't sing of devotion for the heavenly host. It's that gospel singing, just home, home, sweet home.
That was sweet. That was very sweet. And I've had some of my best meals prepared by Ray and Susie. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. All right. Moving right along, we've got a special treat for you this evening. We've got Mr. Dave Corey. Dave started his singing career only a few years ago. Since then, he's been traveling throughout the country doing songs from the 50s and the 60s and a killer Elvis impersonation. He recently recorded his first album in Nashville called Journeys. Tonight, he will be performing another of his favorite impersonations. So, are we set up? Is it looking good? Okay. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome straight from the bar, Mr. Dean Martin.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep, I keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. Hot sunshine enough to spread. Oh, it's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? Like the fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head? Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep, I keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's talented, booty wet. Oh, she's picked out a king size bed. I couldn't feel any better. Or I'd be safe. Tell me quick. Oh, you love me. Tell me quick, hey, another kick in the head. Hey, love a kick in the head. Hey, who said I couldn't make it without Jerry? I'll tell you what, you all remember Dean Martin, don't you? Oh, that's good, because that means I still have a job. And you can applaud for him, he was probably one of the greatest entertainers the world has ever known, ladies and gentlemen. You know, at this time I'd like to introduce my wife, but I can't because she's not here. Thursday. Hey, how many remember the Dean Martin variety show? Yeah, that ran from 1965 to 1975. And if you saw that show, I think everybody in this room is going to know this song. It was his theme song to his TV show. It's called Everybody Loves Somebody. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in your kiss just told me my sometime is now. Everybody finds somebody someday. There's no telling where love may appear. Something in my heart keeps saying my someplace is right here. If I had you in my shower, hey, I tell you, I know you want me to sing this straight up and you need to buy the CD. Well, every minute, every hour, every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love may well would wait. Oh, someone like you. If I had I would arrange for every girl to have your charm. Every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love may well wait for someone like you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You remember those songs, huh? You know, Dean Martin always had such an easy style about him. He was so relaxed. That's because he had millions on him. He said it always hasn't been all about the fame and all that. He said there was times where luck really played an important part, and then there was other times where he just wasn't lucky at all. He said one time he bought a new suit, 2 pair of pants, he burned a hole in the coat. He took his family to the Grand Canyon and it was closed. He said, honest to God, he says, if they ever cut a lady in half, I'd get the part that eats. Bobby Darin did a song a long time ago. It was called Things, and Dean Martin did his own rendition of it like he always did. And I'd like to do that one for you right now. It's called Things. Every night I sit by my window, staring at the lonely avenue, watching lovers holding hands and laughing, and thinking about the things we used to do. Like a walk in the park, like a kiss in the dark, like a sailboat ride. What about the night we cried? Things like lovers vows, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. Memories are all I have to cling to, and my heartaches are friends I'm talking to. when I'm not thinking of just how much I love you. When I'm thinking about the things we used to do. Oh, like a walk in the park, like a kiss in the dark, like a sailboat ride. What about the night we cried? Things like lovers' vows, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. I still can hear the jukebox softly playing, and the face I see each day belongs to you. There's not a single sound, and there's nobody else around. Well, it's just me thinking about things we used to do. Oh, like a walk in the park, like a kiss in the dark, like a sailboat ride. What about the night we cried? Things like lovers' vows, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. And heartaches are the friends I'm talking to. You got me thinking about the things we used to do. Staring at the lonely avenue, just thinking about the things we used to do. Thank you very much. You know, folks, Dean always wanted the impression that he was a big boozer and all this. And I'll tell you what, he's drinking the same thing I drink in all his shows, and it's apple juice. And a lot of people didn't know that. In fact, Dean says that for all you people out there that don't drink, he really feels sorry for you. Because when you wake up in the morning, that's the best you're going to feel all day long. He said it only takes one drink to get him drunk. He just can't remember if it's the 13th or the 14th. You know, back in the day, a young guy that was really trying to get started in the business and was having a lot of success, he actually sent a telegraph to Dean Martin. It said, "Dear Mr. Martin," he says, "they may call me the king of rock and roll," he says, "but you are the king of cool." And it was signed Elvis Presley. And Elvis was actually, he admired Dean and took a lot of stuff from him. But anyway, I'll do one more song and then they're going to kick me out of here. First, Dean says I'm going to have to go to the couch. And this one's called Evening in Roma. Down each avenue, via street or stride, you can see them disappearing two by two. On an evening in Roma, do they take them for espresso? Yeah, I guess so. On each lover's arm, a girl I wish I knew. On an evening in Roma, though there's grinning and mandolining in sunny Italy, the beginning has just begun when the sun goes down. So please meet me in the closet near your cause. I'm the only one and one's much too few. On an evening in Rome, don't know what the country's coming to, but in Rome do as the Romans do. Will you, on an evening in Roma? Now you can hear this Lebanese boy do a little Italian for you. Come bella luna brille strette, strette con a butto bella fasteggian. So dolce de Roma, don't know what the country's coming to, but in Rome do as the Romans do. Will you, on an evening in Roma, so dolce de Roma, on an evening in Rome. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great audience. Thank you and good night.
This is like memory lane. Another one of my early career moves was I was a social director at the Villaggio Italia in the Catskills.
Of course you were.
Yeah, and a guy named Luciano Virgili was a great singer, and Frank Sinatra Jr. came, so he brought me right back. This is like memory lane for me
Absolutely.
tonight.
It made me want to go jump on the piano. Isn't that what Dean Martin used to
He
do?
did. He did.
Well, our next act is the final act in Act 1.
The finale.
And, yes, the big finale. And it's Mayor John Engen. John became Missoula's 50th mayor on January 3rd, 2006. He served a 4-year term as a city council member representing Ward 1 before winning the mayoral election. A graduate of our own Hellgate High, award-winning writer and all-around great guy, Mayor John Engen doing magic, mayhem, and music.
Mayor John Engen, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, folks. Is there any public comment this evening? Okay, we'll move on then. Thank you very much for having me. This is a wonderful experience. What I'm learning this evening is that Missoula is host to many folks with fantastic hidden talents. Even after my performance tonight, I think my talents will remain hidden, which is a little unfortunate. Folks don't often believe it when I tell them this, but as a child I was painfully shy. And there were 2 things that helped me fix that. One was theater and the other was journalism. And the theater piece came when I was at Willard Elementary School, where I learned much over the course of 8 years. Another 8 years at Hellgate High School, we can talk about that later. But at Willard, I became involved in some theater, surprised my mother, and surprised myself a little bit. I learned that if you can get in front of a group of people and disarm them a little bit with humor, you can go a long way. Served me well, oddly enough, during the course of my career, because every Monday night we put on a program. That's the mayhem part of the act that you can tune into, and occasionally humor helps me disarm those folks as well. The first piece of business here is I started performing when I was about 12 years old, and it hasn't changed that much. I think you'll find that my skills are as honed today, some 30-odd years later, as they were back then. This is going to require me to remove my jacket. I get a lot of that. Thank you. Yeah. This is the magic part of the program. You'll note, in this pocket, I have a red handkerchief. Going to tuck it gently back into the pocket. Hands far out to the side. I'm going to transfer the red handkerchief in my right pocket to my left pocket. There may be a small noise. Do not look away. So I realize what you're thinking. He's a politician. He came out here with a red handkerchief in his right pocket and a red handkerchief in his left pocket. And that ain't much of a trick. Thank you very much. Next, the musical number. Again, first performed when I was 12. This is a cappella. Can someone in the audience give me an E? Thank you. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my... Sorry, let me... I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my... This went so well at home. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my... I'm not a teapot, I'm a sugar bowl. Please tune in Monday evening for the mayhem.
We will now take a short 15-minute intermission, go out, have some more food, some more libations, and we'll be back for more frivolity. Thank you very much.
Slavery again. If I can think of something worse, I'll do that too.
It's just in. The Grizzlies beat Southern Utah 46-10 today?
Yes, they did.
Well then.
Oh, that was fun. That was Haslin Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Yeah. Haslin is a producer and anchor of Montana Today on KACI TV, Missoula's NBC affiliate. Currently pursuing her master's in media arts. She's a former member of the University of Washington Band. Performing with her was her beau, the world's most dangerous backup guitarist, Dr. Tim McHugh, the head team physician for the Grizzlies.
I'm going to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors who have come forward so miraculously in the last couple of weeks to sponsor this event. It really made a huge difference in our ability to create funding for these programs that we've been talking about to you all night long. And spearheading the event was a lot of people from the Rotary who I really want to acknowledge and thank. But the leader of the Sunrise Rotary at this point in time is a man who I've really watched over the last few months while he's been president with a great deal of admiration.
All right, a couple of days.
Yeah, maybe a couple. He's got charm, he's got brains, and he's got a great wit, and he's a wonderful leader because he listens very, very well to everybody who's in the room. So it's my pleasure to introduce a friend and the president of Missoula Sunrise Rotary, Chris Warden.
Greg, thank you. Greg, thank you so much. I knew that they said the styrofoam pillars were going to go to a studio somewhere, but I didn't realize you got them, so it's very nice to know. As Greg said, my name is Chris Warden, and I'm honored to be the president of Missoula Sunrise Rotary, which is just one of 3 outstanding Rotary clubs in Missoula. Rotary is the world's first and most dynamic community service organizations. With over 1 million members in 150 countries, Rotarians work locally and internationally to provide clean water, food, medical care, and to promote peace to all the people of the world. 20 years ago, Rotary International spearheaded the world's largest healthcare initiative and successfully eradicated polio, not only here in our own backyard in North America, but across Europe, South America, and most of Africa and Asia. We're currently working with the World Health Organization and with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to help raise over $250 million to finish the job and to eradicate this horrible disease from the 4 remaining countries that provide its ugly refuge. In Missoula, here locally, we've raised over $150,000 for critical youth service organizations like the Missoula Youth Homes, the Watson's Children's Shelter, Camp Make a Dream, the Flagship Program, the Ronald McDonald House, and many others. Some of you might know us from our other successful fundraising ventures like the MRL Sunrise Rotary Money Train, which is an excursion train ride trip that we do every February to help raise money, and we're doing it again this year. We hope to see some of you there. If our brand of Rotarian service interests you, we'd invite you to join the many professionals of Missoula Sunrise Rotary, recently recognized as the best run and the fastest growing medium-sized Rotary Club in Montana, for breakfast and fellowship. We meet every Wednesday at 7:15 a.m. at the Blue Canyon Restaurant on North Reserve at the Hilton Garden Inn, and we welcome visitors with open arms. Tonight we have the honor of partnering with the country's oldest and most respected touring company to help raise money for their outstanding students and for our youth service programs. I'd like to just thank Greg and the Montana Rep and all the performers tonight for the great partnership. Aren't the performances tonight just fantastic? The night also wouldn't be over if we didn't thank all of you for buying tickets and joining us tonight. We also have a number of sponsors, an incredible list of sponsors that I'd like to quickly read, thank, and acknowledge. A&E Architecture, Anderson Zermulin, Allegiance Benefit Health Plan and Dirk Visser, Bank of Montana, Billings Lee Moran Builders, CTA, Community Medical Center, D.A. Davidson, Deals on Wheels, Envirocon, First Interstate Bank, Flanagan's Mazda Jeep Lincoln Mercury, Front Street Capital Management, and the partners there, Ginger Belker, Michelle Blood, and Russ Piazza, Gordon Construction, Dr. David Hayes, Merrill Lynch, and specifically Tim Ondrak, Justin Metcalf, the Missoula Federal Credit Union, James Olette DDS, Partners Creative, Red Rooster, Salt Studios, Skycom Communications, Sullivan, Tabarachi and Rhodes PC, the Wilma Theater, Trappings Design Studio, Washington Corporations, Western States Insurance, and in specific, Derek Grewaltz, Western States Insurance, and last but not least, WMG Group. Please join me in giving a hand to these critical sponsors. That have helped us raise what we think is close to $20,000 tonight. So thank you again for your partnership. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Chris. Reading the list is such an amazing thing to me because the breadth of the support for these programs is just so moving to me that I've always loved Missoula from the day I got here, and this is why. All this generosity and community spirit is quite moving. So thank you all very much. I second Chris.
Hold on to your hats, everyone. You are in for a huge treat. Kathy Capps, an orthopedic surgeon on vocals, Patrick Montgomery, chiropractor on saxophone, Jerry King, physician's assistant on blues harmonica, Denny Levette, family nurse practitioner and midwife, guitar and vocals, Jeff Schroeder, clinical psychologist on bass, Robert Wright, surgical technician on drums. They're the Medicos, and they're here to play the Doctor Medley. Okay, Jerry.
Doctor, my eyes have seen the years and the slow parade of fears without crying. Now I want to understand. I have done all that I could to see the evil and the good without hiding. You must help me if you can. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what you see. Was I alive to leave them open for so long? As I have wandered through this world, and as each moment has unfurled, I've been waiting to awaken from these dreams. People go just where they will. I never noticed them until I got this feeling that it's later than it seems. Doctor, my eyes, tell me what you see. I hear their cries, just saying it's too late for me. I loved you. Never knew how much I cared. When you put your arms around me, got a fever, it's hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever when you all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right, you give me fever. When you kiss me, fever. When you hold me tight, fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever. That is something you all know. Getting fever's not a new thing. Fever started long ago. Doctors love their nurses, visit her when he's on call. When he gets home the next morning, complains I didn't get no sleep at all. She gave me fever. When she kissed him, fever. When she held him tight, fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Now you've listened to my story. Here's a point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever. When you live and learn, fever till you sizzle. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
One, two, three.
Well, I was feeling so bad. Asked my family doctor just what I had. I said, Doctor, Mr. Eddie, can you tell me
you. Thank you, Kathy, Patrick, Jerry, Denny, Jeff, and Robert. Woo!
Wow, that was exciting. Now, if you've been paying attention to your program, you might have noticed that there's some little variations here and there in it, but that happens sometimes in performances like this. And the next one is no exception. We had planned to have President Dennison here to sing Georgia, and he just got back from Tajikistan last night, and after having been laid over in Moscow, it evidently was a very, very difficult trip, and he's actually not feeling very well at all. And a witness to this is he didn't make it to the Grizz game, and if you know George Dennison, not making it to a Grizz game means there's something very, very wrong with him at the time. So he's resting at home, and we all really wish him well and that he recovers soon and is back to his very dynamic form. I must say that when we send out invitations to people to perform this evening, he was the first to respond, said he couldn't wait because he loves to sing the old rock and roll stuff, and it reminds me of my youth, actually. Oh, and never mind. I think, he's not going to make it tonight, but Joel Langford has volunteered to step in at a moment's notice, so this is one of those showbiz stories, and Joel's stepping forward to sing Georgia. So now, I think Denny and company and Joel Langford will now sing for you, Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind, Georgia, sweet Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you, oh Lordy, Georgia, oh Georgia. No peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Well, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind, on my mind.
Thank you, Joel, so much. And now, a really special treat. Mr. Manners, Elton Anderson, comes to us from the East Coast, where he performed for many years and made a living as a male model, and now counsels people on etiquette and entertaining. Emily Post, move over. Here he is, Mr. Manners himself, Mr. Elton Anderson.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, now this is a serious part of the evening. Jason Weiner and the United Way Fly Girls in Bust a Move.
Trying to do what those ladies tell us. Get down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get and females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. Girls are scantily clad and show body. A chick walks by, you wish you could sex her, but you're standing on the wall like you was Poindexter. Next day's function, high class luncheon. Who disturbed in your stone cold budget? Music comes up and people start to dance, but then you ate so much you nearly split your pants. The girls start walking, guys start gawking. Sits down next to you and starts talking. Says you wanna dance cause you like the groove. So come on, fatso, and just bust a move. You're on a mission and you're wishing someone could cure your lonely condition. For love in all the wrong places, find girls just ugly faces. From frustration, first inclination is to become a monk and leave the situation. Your dark tunnel's got a light of hope, so don't hang yourself with a celibate rope. Movie's showing, so you're going. Could care less about the vibe you're blowing. Theater gets dark just to start the show. You spot a fine woman sitting in your row. She's dressed in yellow, she says hello. Sit next to me, you fine fella. Run over there without a second to lose. What comes next? Hey, bust a move. Bust a move. In the city, ladies look pretty. Guys tell jokes so they can seem witty. Tell a funny joke just to get some play, but then you try to make a move and she says no way. Girls are faking, goodness saking. They want the man who brings home the bacon. You got no money and you got no car, you got no woman. And there you are. Some girls are sadistic, materialistic. Looking for the man makes them opportunistic. Lying on the beach perpetrating the tan, so let a brother with money will be there, man. On the beach you're strolling, real high rolling. Everything you have is yours and not stolen. Girl walks up with something to prove. Don't just stand there, bust a move. Bust a move. Break it down for me now. Brother Larry, in 5 days from now he's gonna marry. Hoping you can make it there if you can, cause in the ceremony you'll be the best man. You say neato, check your libido. Roll to the church in your new tuxedo. Bride walks down just to start the wedding. Just one more girl you won't be getting. So you start thinking, then you start blinking. Bridemaid looks and thinks that you're winking. It's kinda cute, so she wins back, and now you're feeling really firm cause that girl is stacked. Steps jumping, bass is pumping. Look at the girl and your heart starts thumping. Says she wanna dance cause she likes the groove. Come on, bust a move. Alright people, this is a participatory exercise. Move it, Missoula, bust a move. Yeah. Move it, yeah. Woo, yeah. Who feels good? I feel good. Give it up for my fly girls!
That's entertainment.
Oh, man. man. That was Jason Weiner, folks. Jason was recently elected to represent Ward 1 on Missoula City Council. That must be one hot part of town. He's also a passionate snowboarder and a dancer, as you just saw. And the hot bunnies with them were Ellie Hill, Executive Director from the Poverello Center, Rachel Frazee, United Way Stand Committee, Susan Hay Kramer, CEO, United Way of Missoula County, and Beth Berman, Manager of Development and Marketing, United Way.
Woo! Our next piece of entertainment is Mark King. He's a professional magician and hypnotist who's been doing magic since he was 8 years old. He's performed all over the country with his family-oriented shows and at local Missoula restaurants for the last 18 years. Ladies and gentlemen, prestidigitation with Mr. Mark King.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This evening, I'd like to perform a rope trick for you. And I call it a rope trick because it uses a rope. This is the rope. It has two ends, one on each, divided by a middle. To make this trick difficult, I will cut one end off. To make the trick, thank you, sir. To make this trick even more difficult, I'll cut the other end off. And now, as you can plainly see, the rope has no ends. But what it does have is a middle right about down here. And to make the trick even more difficult, I will cut the middle of the rope. Now it has no middle, it has no ends. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever doing a rope trick and this happens to you, all you need to do is cut one end off, throw this end away, and I'll start this trick all over again. Thank you. Would you catch the rope? Would you hold the rope up so everybody can see it? Would you stand up so everybody can see it? Would you assist her up here, my assistant, please? I'm sorry. Come. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a poll. Be honest. How many people in here have heard of Harry Houdini and not Mark King before tonight? Just say me. Shut up. We got lost here. Where are we? Hello. Come. There she is. Give her a hand. Hello. Your name? Allie? This is a rough crowd. I had to tell them to shut up once. Here, you take the scissors. Come up here, please. Right over here. And tell me when to stop, and you'll cut the rope in half for me. Ah! Ooh, careful. Those scissors are very sharp. Cut the rope in half. With no practice at all, Allie, correct? She cut the rope into two. It's okay. We'll use some magic. Watch. We'll just make them so they're the same size. Now we have two ropes. Uh-oh. We have a new end. Would you cut that end off for me, please? Uh-oh. What are we going to do with that one? I'm sorry. Would you make them the same size? Perfect. Perfect. Now we have two. Listen. Seriously, grab this end like this, end. I'm going to start this trick all over again for you. Now, Allie, because you've been so nice and you didn't cut me with the scissors, I will tie the ends together for you. But let me ask you a question, honestly. I cut the ends off. How could I tie the ends together when I cut them off and all we have is a piece of rope with no middle or no ends? Go figure. Thank you. You cut the rope in half? Great job. Now, if you were to take the scissors, okay, and cut the rope in the middle, which would be up here, opposite the ends, that means the ends would be where the middle is and the middle would be where the ends are. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you? Explain it to them because I don't know what I'm talking about. Would you cut the rope in half? Oh, Allie, look. All I do, here, grab that end, hold it tightly. All I ask you to do is cut the rope in half. If you cut it in half, the ends would be up here, not down here. Now I'm going to have to start this all over again. She's a very good assistant, believe me. I want to pay, seriously, I want to pay you. Don't make me say shut up again. No. I want to pay you a compliment. I've been saying shizzers, shizzers, and you didn't make fun of me. And I say shizzers because I can't say scissors. But I don't trust you with those shizzers, so I'm going to use my fingers because it's safer and softer that way. This is all I was trying to do before, was take those two pieces of rope. Would you pull down the end of that one? Mm-hmm. Pull down. Back to one piece of rope. Okay, now, this, Allie, whoops. This is called the shoelace knot. Sometimes I get a knot in my shoe. If this happens to you, grab the knot and pull it like that, and it'll come right off the rope. Huh? How many pieces of rope do I have? Would you cut it in half, please? Allie, keep one eye on this piece, and one eye on this piece. Nice try. Okay, if we cut these in half, we're going to have 4 pieces. Mm-hmm. 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 If we cut these in half, we're going to have many. Allie, I'm going to put 7 pieces in this end. I'm going to put this one on top. Do you know any magic words? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go abracadabra. Would it be amazing if we were back to one piece of rope? That'd be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? Sure. Go ahead, pull it out. Now, is it magic wonderful? Give her a hand. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. It's you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It's I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And if ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, ye'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear, though soft your tread above me, and all my grave shall warmer, sweeter be, and ye shall bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall rest in peace until ye come to me.
That was lovely. Thank you so much, Joel. Joel's been performing in Missoula as a bass baritone and an actor for more than 20 years. He can be seen frequently on the MCT stage doing both their productions and the University of Montana's Opera Theater. And now, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Joel Langford singing Bring Him Home from Les Mis.
God on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the sun I might have known. God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one. How soon they fly on and on. And I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy.
Wow, that was gorgeous, and we are about to bring this home. And just before we come to our finale, there's some people I need to thank who are on the committee for this lovely event. I've had a great time tonight. I hope you've had a good time as well. The people on the committee from the Rotary for this event. Diane Fladmo, my co-chair, Rusty Lochner, Cooper Bushnell, Susan Kramer, Ann Guest, Kyle Gaub, Chris Pathausen, Arnie Didier, and Justin Metcalf. Let's have a big round of applause for those folks. So we're on the home stretch. This is our finale. If you know some of the words that are going to be coming at you in the next 3 minutes, please join us. The finale.